Hi, Kristi at the Rada Test Kitchen. Today we're making creamy potato soup right on the stove. So let's get started. The ingredients you need are 2 cups milk, 3½ cups peeled and diced potatoes, a 1/3 cup chopped onion, 5 tablespoons of flour, 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon granules, 5 tablespoons of butter, a 1/4 cup diced ham, a 1/3 cup chopped celery, a dash of salt, a dash of pepper to taste, and then 3¼ cups water. So first I'm going to peel and dice the potatoes using the Rada vegetable peeler, which is super sharp. The little end can get out the eyes or any imperfections. You know what? I like leaving a little bit of peeling on my potatoes. That's where all the nutrients are in the peeling. I think it kind of makes it prettier too in the soup. All right, so once you have it peeled, I'm going to dice it with one of my favorite super paring knives. Now this is how I dice potatoes. I'm not a professional chef. I'm just an Iowa farm girl. But I slice them like that, and then I turn them. I suppose you would call this a julienne. And then I cut them again. And so what you have are little diced potatoes. So I'm going to use my flexible cutting board. It's easy to get the product in the bowl, and I've already went ahead and did, so I have about 3½ cups of the diced potatoes. Then we need a 1/3 cup of diced celery. This I'm going to use the Rada cook's knife. After I cut it that way, then I just go back, chop a little bit more. And you could measure this. I usually just guess. Looks like about a 1/3 cup to me. You'll put that in your pot with your potatoes. Then you need a 1/3 cup finely chopped onion. Again, I'm going to go use my cook's knife. Now I'm going to finely chop this. You can just use a rocking motion. Keep the tip of the knife down. And now I'm going to add this to the pot. And now you need just a 1/4 cup of ham. This is diced cooked ham. So I'm going to use the Rada slicer. This is a ham I had left over that I'm going to use in my soup. Again, you're just going to dice it. I actually think I got too much. I'm actually going to use this knife to scoop it into my pan. All right, so now to this pan we're going to add the water. That was 3 1/4 cups. So now we're ready to put it on the stove. We're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it for about 10 to 15 minutes or until the potatoes are tender. This is the Rada non-scratch spoon. I do have a non-scratch pan here, so it's really nice. It won't scratch off the coating. So you're going to bring this to a boil and then reduce the heat and let it simmer about 10 to 15 minutes or until the potatoes are tender. So while this is cooking, in another saucepan, we're going to add butter, milk, and flour. So you first need to get the pan heated on a medium heat. And first we're going to add the 5 tablespoons of butter. And you're going to melt that. All right, now that the butter's melted, I'm going to stir in the flour with my Rada whisk. I do a little bit at a time. You don't want to get it all lumpy. This is how you make a white sauce too. If you ever need a white sauce for a recipe. All right, you're gonna stir the flour and butter, stir it constantly until it's thick, about a minute. Now I'm gonna add the milk. You wanna slowly stir it in as you keep stirring it so you don't get lumps. So you're gonna keep stirring the milk, butter, flour mixture for about 4 or 5 minutes over medium heat until it starts to thicken. So this is done, and now we're going to add the chicken bouillon and the salt and pepper to the potatoes that are done boiling. So you just stir that in. 2 tablespoons of chicken bouillon granules and about a teaspoon of salt or to taste, and half a teaspoon of pepper. Now you're ready to add the white sauce. So you're just gonna pour that in. The spoon is flat on the bottom, so it's easy to get into the corners. Once you have the white sauce stirred in, it's done. It's ready to serve. This is a fast, easy meal. And I used up my leftover ham. Your family will love this creamy, rich potato soup. Check out the recipe at our Rada Cutlery blog.